My name is Kathleen Youngquist, and I was born and raised in Southern California. My mother was a librarian, and my father was an artist, so we always had lots of paper around the house. They didn't believe in having a TV, so we had no television to distract us. My sister and I entertained ourselves by drawing and making things. So I had a wonderful beginning to begin my creative journey, I guess you could say. Also, I watched, early influence for my own art is watching my dad animate figures for Walt Disney movies, for films such as Fantasia and many others. And I was fascinated by the movement in those drawings, and I began looking at people and observing their gestures and movement. So I really began drawing characters, people, at a very early age, and continued on through the years, and ended up, going to school in Pasadena City College, and I guess I owe a lot of my creative success from that early experience at Pasadena City College. It's a lot like the Santa Rosa Junior College. A lot of different classes offered. I got introduced to printmaking, figure drawing, regular drawing, all sorts of things, clay, and I really took off on ceramics. This is back a few years when the big boom on pottery and making clay things. So I sort of went that direction for a while and got very involved in clay and realized that what I was really doing with clay was making a surface that I could draw on. So I enjoyed the physicality of working with clay, but it was all about carving into that wet surface that interested me the most. I went on to get my undergraduate degree from the Alfred University of Ceramics back in New York, and worked with ceramics, didn't do pottery, but began to make these clay forms that I would just brush glazes, lots of color on, and then I had to learn to weld, and I mounted all these weird forms onto this rebar structure that I would mount on the wall, and of course the subject matter was a figure in motion. So again, from drawing characters in motion, capturing their gesture, I would make these clay figures after all this labor, intensive labor, and mounting them on the wall. And my teacher at the time, Tony Hepburn, he questioned why I even bothered to make these in clay. Why not paper? Why not, So I began to think, I wonder why, maybe I don't have to do that. So I continued on in San Antonio, Texas. I got my graduate degree from the University of San Antonio, Texas. And I think I mixed one batch of clay there, and I was also privileged to have a painting studio. And that was it on clay. I went over to canvas.